welcome to Geek-lish, the language of geek culture. I am your host, Tim Magyar, and joining me is my co-host, the eighth Horcrux, Heidi Burbeau.
Dun, dun, dun.
Heidi.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. To hear more about our episodes, you can find us at our website at www.geek-lish. And we're on Facebook at Geek-lish and Twitter at Geek_lish. And we're also on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Blueberry, and YouTube. And I'm looking into Pandora. So that might be coming soon.
Yeah, they got a podcast thing.
Yeah, I saw it. It popped up on my Pandora when I was rocking out.
I don't know how that works, but
I don't know. I got to look into it.
they have a Pandora thing.
Been inundated with horrible math.
School.
Yeah. So what's in the news? Oh.
Well, first off, gotta say hello to my buddy Oliver.
What's up, Ollie?
Oliver, my boy. I love you. I started school recently.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a good job. Very proud of you. Have a good night. Be good to mama. And sweet dreams, my love. And a good night. Okay.
And I'll try not to cuss for 8 minutes.
We will try.
We will try hard.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
But only earmuffs.
Get ready, Amanda. Cover his ears.
Okay. So the first story is those No.
I thought you were really going to say it. I was going to fall out of my chair.
No.
Okay.
That would be hilarious if I was just like, these are...
Oh, that would have been the best.
Yeah. Don't swear, Heidi. What the hell? But, so this story, one would think, was coming straight out of EA, because this seems like an EA move.
Nefarious deeds.
Yes, this seems like nefarious deeds. Yeah. You owe me $5.
Damn it.
Let's add that to the like chart.
Like chart.
Which we're still doing. But yeah, this is not coming out of EA. This is coming out of Take-Two Interactive, which seems weird. Well, not really, because they also do sports games, and let's be honest, this is a problem, mostly with sports games.
Yeah, but like EA.
Like EA does with FIFA and Madden and all their others, but mostly FIFA. But yeah, so the upcoming game from Take-Two Interactive is NBA 2K20. And they recently dropped a very tasty trailer.
Tasty trailer.
It's a tasty trailer where they showed the new, well, not new, but they showed the My Team portion of the game, which I guess it's another side activity for the NBA game. There's the career mode and the story mode, and then there's My Team. And they showed a trailer for the My Team mode where it was about like a 3-minute trailer, and they showed about 30 seconds of actual NBA footage. Because the rest...
3 minutes?
No, maybe it was about like an hour, a minute and a half, but it was about like 10 to 15 seconds of...
Just
NBA, like basketball game footage.
And the rest was...
And the rest was their awesome gambling stuff.
Okay, explain that.
I will explain it. So... In the trailer, they showed, the normal crappy card boxes that you open and you get random players and you buy those with real money. Mm-hmm. But then they also showed these, I don't know if they were new or not, or if they showed up last year as well, but these new kind of mechanics where you're playing literal casino games, such as Pachinko, which is a game where you drop a little silver marble metal ball down a thing, and it hits all these little pins and get a bunch of points. A roulette wheel.
Okay.
And a slot machine.
Okay, what does any of this have to do with NBA?
That's a good question, Heidi. Nothing.
Okay, because I'm very lost.
Casino games have nothing to do with the NBA. So why would they show a 1.5-minute trailer where the majority of that trailer showed casino games for a rated E for everyone video game? Or in England, Peggy 6 or Peggy 3, which means 3 and up, ages 3 and up.
Okay, I'm very confused right now. I mean, I'm not happy about that part, but I don't understand why so much casino stuff in an NBA game.
Yeah. Like, the card packs are one thing.
Because that's been in every game.
Because that's been in every game.
Right.
And it kind of makes sense thematically with how the real world is, where you can buy these, I forget what they were called, tops something. Tops, I think it was.
Oh, cards for trading.
Like the actual cards that you would trade with your friends, and you would, these trading cards, these collectible trading cards with sports athletes on them and their statistics and stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of, but I mean, the fact that you have to buy them with real money is still kind of disgusting and icky and gross.
Yeah, because you were not going to hold on to them like you do with your...
they're not going to sit in a long box underneath my bed or in my attic or in my basement for years for me to hand off to my child when I, on my deathbed in a very dramatic way, like, oh, take my cards. What am I gonna? Here's my flash drive with my NBA 2K lineup from 30 years ago. I hope it still works on the PlayStation. It doesn't exist. Rosebud, like
Rosebud.
Oh my God, it's from a very classic movie.
I haven't seen hardly anything, Tim.
Okay, it's a very old movie, but that's okay.
What movie?
I forget the name of the movie.
Oh,
It's
well.
gonna throw me under the bus.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you right with me.
I forget, it was a Christmas movie. The guy was dying. It was Rosebud, and the whole thing was a sleigh. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so anyways.
But anyway, yeah,
that is very confusing.
It is super. So let me go on to the story that ONS Good writes on the Polygon website. So 2 years ago, the president of the publishing company over the NBA 2K series said they don't view the card packs and loot boxes it offers as gambling. So right off the bat, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, don't like you.
Yep.
You sound like an asshat. It's not gambling. Okay, sure.
Other countries think so. But,
yeah, other countries think so, and even certain states in America, in the United States, seem to think so. But hey, you don't think so it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, you do what you want. So you wouldn't know it after watching this remarkably tone-deaf trailer for NBA 2K20 that 2K Sports put out on Monday. This was the week of the August 28th. So this was like a couple weeks ago. So touting the feature set for my team, the basketball behemoth's version of Ultimate Team, which is a bane of existence to all these sports games, 2K Sports put out a video that literally depicts pachinko and slot machines. NBA 2K streamers Cash Nasty and Chris LSK London excitedly open packs of virtual cards, pull slot machine levers, and in Cash's case, deploy obscene amounts of body English to guide a ball drop into a big paying bucket. If that's not enough, there's a good old-fashioned prize wheel spin too. So they had these two streamers that are very popular on YouTube and streaming devices that do NBA games.
Yep.
So these two gamers, I imagine they hired to be in this trailer to pretend to have fun while gambling.
Yeah.
And watching the trailer, it was like, I have never seen someone sell out so hard before. These people are, like, the guys were so excited by games of chance. Because that's all these games are. They're games of chance.
That's ridiculous.
Where you have literally no control over any of it. And these guys are winning jackpots. Of course you're winning jackpots. It's a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer isn't going to show you losing.
Yeah.
It's going to show you winning these awesome jackpots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got LeBron. Like, no, you didn't. First off, you got a 0-1 LeBron.
Yeah.
You didn't get a real LeBron. But the fact that these guys, like these two fucking guys, were on there, and so many people who watched the trailer were also like, look at these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Look at these morons. So excited and, whoa, woo, yeah, I'm winning. It's like, you're not even playing basketball. You're playing mini games.
Yeah.
You're pressing a slot machine. You're spinning a fucking prize wheel. You're dropping a pachinko ball. You're opening not real card packs. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, stop selling this garbage. Like, my God, like, I don't care how big the paycheck is. Stop selling the garbage.
That's ridiculous.
Because
I still
especially if you're one of those like influencers that people watch constantly, because now kids are gonna watch your shit and go, "Oh man, my favorite YouTuber is playing this game and having fun with it. I want to have fun with it too."
And here's the thing that is incredibly misleading: is you're right. The kids are gonna say, "I really want this NBA game," and the parents are gonna say, "Okay."
Yeah,
they're gonna have no clue that
it's
this
an
is in
NBA
there.
game. It's just a sports game.
Yeah. They're going to have no clue about
Right.
the gambling aspects of it. But I'm still completely... I don't understand how that can even be justified being in the game, because is this in Vegas? I don't understand. Is this Vegas NBA?
No, it's regular NBA.
So I don't understand
Doesn't
why...
make any sense.
No, it's almost like they're trying to cross other gamers over into this game or something. I'm sorry, but this is not the Taylor Swift of video games, okay? You can't bring in like pop people and country people.
And in certain cases rock people. Like,
Yeah,
you can't do that.
You can't do it.
This isn't what that's about.
That's not what this is.
Nope. So some of this stuff isn't new. The special card packs shown being opened may have been the basis of my team since it was introduced in NBA 2K13. So back in 2013.
Okay, but you said that the box...
The card pack, that's I think every single sports game. I
Right.
remember seeing like opening packs in Madden back in like early 2000, and like I didn't even think anything of it. So I was like, yeah, I'm opening up packs like I'm like, and I was a kid. But the thing was, it never prompted you to buy it with real money. It was always in-game points. So it was like, oh, okay. But so the prize wheel has been around in various forms before as well, including in the associated My Park / My Career mode. Some of what's in the trailer is sort of new. The ball drop was added to the game last year. The slot machine belongs to the triple threat game type that also debuted with NBA 2K19, which was last year's title. So there's some built-in tolerance for the way my team and my career have doled out rewards over the years, which really annoys me because he's absolutely right. There's a built-in tolerance where it's like, oh, we've seen this before, so it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem where when you see people on Twitter who are arguing that this is a stupid thing and that this is disgusting practices, seeing the people who play the NBA game, who play NBA 2K, are like, it's not that big of a deal.
Because they're
like,
numb to it.
Yeah, because you're used to it and you're numb to it. It's like, pull your head out of your ass. This is a huge deal.
Yeah.
This is a huge problem. So there's some built-in tolerance. If you want to know why fan reaction is now negative, side-eyed at best, here's the My Team promotional trailer. So there's infamous cheering like they're at Caesar's Palace craps table. It goes to what you said, where it's like, is this like casino style? Like they're cheering and they're like, yeah, I'm winning. It's such an annoying trailer.
It is, because that's the wrong place to be cheering. I mean, if it's an NBA game and you're building your team and your team is winning while playing basketball, that's when I think you would be cheering.
Yeah.
But
Not
you're cheering in a casino-esque kind of environment in an NBA game. That seems at best hypocritical and at worst negligent towards a younger audience.
Right. Absolutely. So NBA 2K20's new trailer is basically just more in your face about it and definitely portrays 3 in a row on a slot machine as the mode's idea of excitement and fun. That may land it in some kind of congressional hearing next year.
Yeah,
Senator Josh Hawley can move a bill banning exactly these kinds of things. NBA 2K20's free demo went live from PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch 1 week ago. My team isn't a part of its offerings. That's interesting to know. Mm-hmm. Players get 6 games to explore the My Career mode and the new My Player Builder. But that progress will not carry into the main game, which is kind of shitty because especially considering a lot of demos nowadays are allowing you to keep your save file and move it into the main game once you get it. And the fact that NBA 2K isn't doing that is just another reason why. I mean, it's a free demo, so that's fine. But what's in the free demo that isn't going to be in the final game? I mean, clearly those casino games aren't.
Yeah.
Those aren't in the demo. But yeah, so the main game launches on September 6th, which was yesterday.
Okay.
And on those 3 consoles plus Windows PC. So, and apparently the thing is as well that I haven't that I've seen people arguing online as well is that, well, on those three games, the pachinko slot machine and the prize wheel table, none of that, you're not spending. Those are free games that come up after every match, so you're not spending in-game money, you're not spending points, and it's not prompting you to buy it with real money.
Okay.
It's like, okay,
that
that's
doesn't matter.
not the point.
That doesn't matter.
It's like, okay, that's fine, but that's not the fucking point of it.
It's not the point, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it would be abhorrent if they did have to use real money. But the fact that it's in there, a parent is not going to hand a kid a casino type game that you get, say, on your iPad or your Kindle or whatever.
Right.
Hand it to them and let them play that. They're not going to do that because they don't think letting the kid gamble or get into that kind of mentality is a healthy thing, especially at that age. Why these people thought that would be, and most of those games you don't have to pay for. I mean, if you run out of money and you don't want to wait 24 hours for it to replenish, you could pay more money. But you don't have to pay money. It doesn't matter. Parents are not going to let their kids play that. They're not going. This is going to be an issue for a lot of parents, but there's going to be a lot of parents that are completely sideswiped by it, and they're unaware that this is even in the game.
Right, and just the fact that they're literally casino games.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care that they're free. That's not the point of it.
No,
they're
not
casino games. They're literally games that you see in a casino environment. Mm-hmm. That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's not that, and the fact that it's free and that you get it after every match is probably worse because they're shoving it in your face every single time you play the game.
Yeah.
Which is just as bad. And for a kid who's playing this game that's rated E for everyone, whose brain is more susceptible to soak in that kind of information and become addicted that early on in life, is going to be like, oh man, these casino games are awesome.
Yep.
I love slot machines and I love pachinko because of all the bright colors and all that shit.
Yep.
This is so fun and awesome, even though it's a goddamn game of chance and you have no fucking outcome. There's a reason why casinos are constantly full because
people are trying to win their money back.
People are trying to win their money back. People are trying to win. They're trying to win.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to casinos. If I were to give my money away, I just give it to charities.
Yeah, but
because gambling is not fun to me. It's not I don't enjoy it at all.
Right.
But I enjoy it if it's free, but I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And I can play it on my Kindle until I run out of money, and then I go, okay, and then maybe in 6 months I'll go back to it. But this is rated E for everyone, which means little kids are going to be playing this. And I know I could just see a little kid playing some kind of slot machine after a match, and the parent walking in going,
yeah,
what are you playing?
What are you playing? Oh, this is NBA 2K. Is it in Caesar's Palace?
Yeah, I know it.
Like, are you playing what the hell is happening right now?
Yeah.
You're playing the Harlem Globetrotters? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, this is
what is happening?
This is really...
Yeah,
and we've seen different game companies get pulled into Parliament, to Congress, for many of the same type of infractions. So right. I think they're definitely going to be pulled in front of Congress.
And the fact that the game is E for everyone is I think the biggest issue, because it's, if you look at the ratings on the ESRB, on the rating board website, and you see exactly what the ratings are and what entails on them. I think rated T for teen has gambling in it.
Yeah.
It's got not real gambling, but like simulated gambling.
And this is simulated.
And this is simulated gambling. It's not real gambling. That's held for games rated AO, adults only.
Right.
Which is a death sentence for any video game.
Yeah.
So, at the very least, this game should be rated T for teen for simulated gambling.
Right.
But it isn't. And my theory on why it isn't is because they hold a very specific seat on the board for a very special person.
Say what?
Yeah. Strauss Zelnick, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, the company behind Grand Theft Auto and the 2K Sports Series, is also a chairman of the ESRB ratings board. What a fucking coincidence.
No, that is so conflict of interest. Oh my God.
The fact that the dude who's president, who's CEO of the company that makes this game, 2K20, is on the board that rates the game.
You know,
and that board gave this fucking game an E for everyone rating.
But here's the thing: Congress is going to see that he's part of the board, and I bet you that the ERS is going to be pulled into Congress too.
ESRB.
ESRB is going to be pulled.
They should 100%.
Yeah.
And people have been on Twitter. I watched a video from Angry Joe. And I love watching his videos because he's very angry. And he like me.
Hence his name.
He like me watched this video, watched the trailer, and completely ripped it apart and was like, "This is disgusting. This is fucking gambling.
Yeah.
This is casino games." And he was pleading with his audience to go on Twitter and send the trailer to the ESRB ratings board on Twitter and show them and ask them, "What the fuck is this?" And I did just that. I copied a link. I sent it to the ESRB. I was like, this game should be rated at least T for teen for simulated gambling.
What people should also do is send it to their Congress people.
Yes.
Their representatives.
That's
and also put a link to him being part of the board.
Yeah, the fact that he's a board member and also the CEO of the video game, in my opinion...
That's not coincidental.
No CEOs, nobody who works for a video game company should be sitting on the board of the ESRB ratings.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Because when it comes to the movie ratings, there are no producers, there are no directors, there are no actors on the movie rating board.
You know what, though? This is really... Because we have a lot of people in Congress and the Senate who pass bills for big oil, big pharma, and they are on the boards.
And they are on the boards
with those
of the,
companies.
100%.
So this is really corrupt.
It's absolutely
and
corrupt.
It makes me,
nefarious isn't a strong enough word.
It makes me pause because video games and this whole genre is the stuff we love.
Right.
And it's sad that it's so corrupt.
And I don't want to say like, video games are this pure thing. Because,
no.
I mean, they're not. But I mean, the fact that it's...
But
everything in this fucking world is so corrupt that, like, now my video games are corrupt.
Yeah.
Like, is there nothing sacred?
I know. I don't
what
want to look at Zelda and think something shady's going on.
Don't you bring my Zelda into this.
I don't. My Zelda too.
Nintendo doesn't do this kind of shit.
True.
They're hardworking, loving people. I mean, I guess what they do to the animals are questionable. But you know what? They treat the video games respectfully. And that's all I care about. There's enough whales.
Oh.
Just joking.
Okay.
You know what? The whales they should be poaching are the whales that video game companies are poaching, because that is a term that video game companies have.
Okay.
For people,
I'm trying to follow this. I was thinking. For
people who spend an exorbitant amount of money on video games, on like the aftermarket purchases.
Yeah, they call them whales.
They call them whales,
yeah.
which is such a shitty nickname to have.
Really?
I'm a fucking whale? What is this?
This is like that drink that we were talking about, the Mulan.
Bacardi Sweat.
Bacardi Sweat.
Yeah. Every time I listen to that part of the podcast, I hear it and I can't stop laughing because it's so
Sounds
funny.
Sounds like a wrestler's sweat.
Bacardi Sweat. And I listen to it and I go,
the worst name.
I should start doing commercials.
Seriously.
I guess I work for commercial companies. But it's like it just shows that video game companies have no respect for the people who spend the money on their stuff.
No, but also the people that spend the money know it. I mean, this is a term that's well known.
It's a well-known term, and it's just funny because I saw a meme early today. It was a picture of the very, very infamous horse armor from Oblivion, from Bethesda's game Oblivion.
Yep.
When that first came out, one of the first things that came out with it was, I think, a $5 horse armor pack.
Yeah.
That you could buy with 5 physical actual dollars.
Yep.
And all it was armor for your horse.
Yep.
People lost their shit. They were like, you want me to pay you $5 for fucking horse armor? And now, so many years later, we have fucking casino games. And nobody is batting an eye.
Because just like what the guy said is that people get numb to things.
Yeah.
And they do these little, they dig away until this is the normality. It's
Absolutely.
just like with our current political climate. The craziest shit is happening right now that we would never think in a million years would be happening.
Right.
And back in, let's say, the Bush era, which many people during that time thought was the worst, now go
kind of long for it.
Wow, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
We fell a long way. So we get every day we get something in the media about things that are happening, and it just kind of chips away at our normality. And with this, we start out with that, or even probably something before that, and then all of a sudden, years later, we're chipped away.
I think horse armor was the thing, because it was just such a ridiculous thing, because it was horse armor.
I guarantee you there was something before that.
I think there was like DLC like after like story packs after the fact. But this was one of those things where it was just a stupid little thing. This was like a very dumb little microtransaction, and it was one of the first. Yeah, and it was people lost their minds.
Again,
but
it just
was
digs away until
the fact that people lost their minds from that.
But then so many people are okay with this.
That's what I mean. The fact that people are
crazy.
completely okay with this, and even microtransactions in general, where they're like, "Well, I'm fine with microtransactions as long as it's just cosmetic." Horse armor was just cosmetic.
Yeah.
And we lost our fucking minds over it.
Yeah.
So why is the cosmetic stuff today fine? Because it's the lesser of the two evils of either it's cosmetic or it's pay to win, and I'd rather have it cosmetic than pay to win.
Right.
Regardless, the shitty companies are still making their extra money off your ass, nickel and diming you.
Yeah.
After you've paid for a $60 video game.
Right.
Which annoys the hell out of me. But so that's it's 2K. It's out now, so go ahead, buy it, folks. Enjoy your basketball game.
Keep it away from your kids.
Yeah, keep it away from the kids. Lock it up, put it in the safe.
Or, be a shitty parent and let your kids play it, whatever.
Yeah, just know that when you're buying the new 2K game, it's got simulated gambling in it.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you still want to buy it and you're an adult, go ahead. But, I mean, I wish this is one of those things where people spoke with their wallets and just didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But there's enough sports fans out there that love these video games that they're just going to buy it anyway, and it's not going to make a dent. I mean, it's not going to matter. So let's move on.
Okay.
So our next story, so stupid. Cyberpunk 2077 is back in the news. They showed a 15-minute trailer, an amazing 15-minute trailer of new gameplay stuff, new storyline stuff, and I'm so many people were just got more excited for this game.
Okay.
I'm salivating.
Okay.
Just from seeing it going, oh my God, it looks so good.
Okay.
Everything looks so good. And I didn't notice this thing that these people are even complaining about.
Okay.
Because it showed it in the trailer. And because it matters to me so little, I didn't care.
Oh, God.
These people lost their fucking minds.
Why?
Because in an IGN article, Mr. Matt Kim explains why the reasons why why Cyberpunk 2077 devs explains why there's no character gender option anymore in the character creator.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just prerequisite this with a little comment of character creations, especially for RPGs, are usually very in depth. They're very huge. I spend at least an hour on them, and I love/hate them because I'm spending an hour on this meticulously making my character the way I want to make my character.
Right.
And the first arbitrary option is always male or female.
Okay.
It's always the first option. And male. I'm a man playing as male. There are certain guys, there are certain women. There are certain people who play as the opposite sex.
Right.
I like to play as my sex because I like to portray myself in the game because I like to escape.
Right.
So I like to do that.
Yeah.
So I try to make the character as close to me as possible, unless there's an option for cat people, and then I immediately choose the cat person, and then I make them look like Tigro from the Thundercats, and I fuck shit up. That's just me.
Okay.
But anyway, if there's a human option, I try to make it look like me as much as possible.
Okay.
But So in the Cyberpunk 2077, there is no male or female option. There is no little box that you check off to go, yep, I'm going to play as a male character or I'm going to play as a female character.
Okay.
Instead, there are options for male body, male voice, female body, female voice.
Okay.
Those are your choices.
Okay. I understand there's gender bending in there.
Well, it's not so much gender bending. It's the fact that this world customization of the body is so normal.
Right, but that's what I mean, that you could technically have a female body and a men's voice.
100%.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
If you wanted to be a man, you could have you could choose a man's body and a man's voice.
Right.
So what's the problem?
If I wanted to play as strictly a male person with some mechanical parts, I would pick male body, male voice, because that's the closest thing to me that there is.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I wanted to play as a woman, if I was a woman and I wanted to play as a woman, or if I wanted to play as a woman, I would choose the female body, female voice, and then augment it however I wanted to.
Which makes sense to me in a world that you could augment, that you would have that option.
Thematically, it makes so much sense. It makes 100% sense for what the world is.
Exactly.
Because in this, like I said, in this world, augmentation is a normal part of life.
Right.
If you don't augment your body, you're a fucking weirdo.
Right.
So, like you said, it's completely normal to have a female body with a man voice.
Exactly.
Or vice versa.
Okay.
So, that out of the way, and I think it makes the game better in my sense.
And I think it's still an option.
Because it's a role-playing game.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. It's a role-playing game.
Right.
So, I'm just going to go on with the story because it's just so fucking stupid. The complaint. So, all right. CD Projekt Red is doing away with traditional character gender options, the male-female checkbox.
Okay.
In Cyberpunk 2077 to keep with the cyberpunk ethos of the genre.
Right.
The developers confirmed the latest development in a new interview.
Okay.
So Metro caught up with CD Projekt Red senior concept artist Marth Jonkers to... Such a fun name. That's such a fun name. Marth Jonkers. Such a fun name.
That is a fun name.
I think it's Swedish because I think they're all a Swedish team.
Oh, they're probably super hot, even though they're geeks. Everybody in Sweden's hot.
Yeah. God, I know, right?
Yeah, they really
Fucking
are.
Swedes. That and Switzerland.
Finland, Holland.
Any land.
Iceland. Yeah, all the lands.
Any land.
Yeah, any land. They're super hot.
Greenland.
Yeah.
Any land.
Iceland, though.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
What am I going over there bagging me a Viking chick?
She's going to bag you.
Hey, don't yuck my yum.
Okay, I won't.
Do what I want. So, Marth Jonkers, I love that name, to talk more about the world building in Cyberpunk 2077 and how that manifests in the gameplay. Specifically, Metro asked about gender in Cyberpunk 2077, an area that CD Projekt Red received criticism for in the past. Jonkers said the developers are working to make Cyberpunk 2077 really inclusive. This resulted in gameplay design choices like an expanded character customization menu. This is what she said. Or what they said. I don't want to. That name is very gender neutral. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So our character creation menu, for instance, compared to the last demo, we now give you so many more options. Jonkers said. For instance, you don't choose your gender anymore. You don't choose I want to be a female or a male character. You now choose a body type because we want you to feel free to create any character you want. CD Projekt Red already revealed the character creation customization will feature prominently into Cyberpunk 2077, but the developers are opting out of strict binaries for things like gender. Instead, players can choose a body type and 2 voice options. One that's male-sounding, one is female-sounding. You can mix and match. You can just connect them any way you want. Players will be able to further customize their characters with tattoos, hairstyles, and skin tones. At E3, some fans wondered how CD Projekt Red would approach gender in Cyberpunk 2077, especially after an in-game ad prominently featured a transgender character, which got a lot of crap.
Yeah.
If we all remember that story.
Yeah.
So there was also a matter of CD Projekt Red's history where the company previously apologizes for making jokes aimed at the transgender community. Which I had disagreed. I had disagreed with the fact that they even had to apologize for that joke because it was a non-joke.
Yeah.
It was, I think somebody had wrote, it was a picture of 3 of the developers looking over the computer of, and you can see Cyberpunk 2077 on the computer, and they're clearly working on it.
Yeah.
And someone said, "I love that these guys are doing stuff or whatever the hell." And one of the developers said, "Did you just assume their gender, like as a joke?"
Yeah.
And people lost their fucking mind. It's like, get a fucking sense of humor.
Yeah, I remember that.
Knock it the fuck off. Get a sense of goddamn humor, please.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. Not everything is fucking hate speech. Like, knock it off.
This is where people get really...
Yeah, this is where people get a little too fucking ridiculous. So, they should never have had to apologize for that joke.
No.
In my opinion. So that's where it's like, I didn't... Where the community kind of pisses me off on that end. But however, Jonker says that the CD Projekt Red development team is very diverse and asks for feedback when it comes to creative decisions such as these. We always ask for feedback, and even when we show these demos, we still ask people to tell us what they think. A practice CD Projekt Red has kept since the development of The Witcher 3, which critically is a phenomenon. Mm-hmm. It's a masterful game. It's absolutely huge, and everybody loves it. The studio announced at Gamescom that Cyberpunk 2077 will be coming to Google Stadia and talked about potential multiplayer modes coming to the game. All the while, the developers shared over 100 Cyberpunk 2077 screenshots. CD Projekt Red is planning a new gameplay reveal for Cyberpunk 2077 at PAX West in a couple days, so check back at IGN at the latest 2077 details. So the problem was that people, I don't want to mention who they are because they're YouTubers that I fucking loathe. And I'm not a fan of because they constantly take this kind of stuff and they make it a thing that isn't really a thing. And they posed a question on their Twitter saying, but what if I want to play as a man? You choose the male body and the male voice. Do you know what role-playing is?
But this is what I'm hearing. Okay, I don't know anything about the game or the previous renditions of the game.
Perfect. What does an outsider think?
I think you're still choosing a gender.
That sounded super demeaning.
What do you mean?
In my sense.
Oh.
I was like, what does an outsider... Because you're not a gamer. You're a woman. What is an outsider... You play Sims? That's not a real game.
I totally missed that. Now I'm offended.
Yeah. No. I apologize to all the women who think they're gamers, because you're not.
Oh, damn.
We're fucked. Well, I'm going to get doxxed.
Yep.
Or canceled, because that's the new culture, isn't it? Cancel
jeez.
Culture.
Yeah, that is what they call it.
Fucking stupid. But go ahead. Sorry.
in my opinion, instead of going and clicking male or female box, you just have to go in and click a male or female body and a male or female voice, which still gives you your gender. It's to me, it's opening up options. It's not that you're not. It's not that everybody in there is androgynous,
right?
And maybe has no junk or anything.
Yeah, they're not Ken Barbie dolls.
It's just that
there's a genital there.
Yeah, you want to play as a man, you pick a man's body and a man's voice. Okay.
Yeah.
Want to play as a woman, you pick a woman's body and a woman's voice.
Yeah.
To me, it really doesn't change anything except you have to click another box.
Yeah, you have to click extra boxes.
That's it.
Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of character creation, I'm clicking 1,000 boxes anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand the uproar about it at all because this is a non-issue.
This is a non-issue. Yeah, exactly. This is a non-issue, like you said.
Okay, and who's freaking out about it?
Other YouTubers who, like specific YouTubers, like I said, I don't want to mention their names because they're I don't want to give their channels any views.
Right, yeah.
Because I fucking hate them. And
right.
They're just so stupid with this kind of shit. And literally all this guy did was complain about, well, what about me?
What about?
Like, listen, Snowflake, you get to play as a man. Because the male... but what if I want to play as a man?
Okay.
Pick the man's body and the man's voice, and there's your man.
This is as annoying to me as Straight Pride Parade in Boston, week or two ago?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Like,
Stop being...
They had a parade. Yeah. You had a fucking parade.
You don't have...
It wasn't a straight pride parade. You had a fucking parade.
Straight people don't have to overcome anything to be straight.
Yeah.
We're just straight.
You're not hiding
in
plain sight because you're afraid you're going to get killed.
Yeah. So that to me, and the guy said that it was, he wanted they wanted to bring awareness to the issues of straight people and American values.
What
Oh,
issues?
you know what?
What issues?
There's no issues.
I am a
There's no-
straight person. What
but-
issues? I'm
but
not
this is-
dealing with anything.
Yeah, I know, but this is the same thing. But even worse, because you can still pick a gender.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, and here's the other complaint that I heard, which just annoyed the hell out of me. It was, well, if the game developers had just said that it was a thematic choice, it would be fine, which I disagree. No, it wouldn't have been fine.
No,
You
it
still
wouldn't
would
have.
have fucking complained about it.
Yes.
But the fact that they said they wanted to be more inclusive is what pisses people
And
off.
why is that? That is the thing that pisses people off all the time. Why is something about why that drives me? I'm freaking out.
Yeah.
Why does that phrase upset?
Yeah.
You know what it is? It upsets racist, sexist, all the ists people. I can't think of all the other ones.
I can't think of
I have
anything.
too much brain,
All the
math
it
brain
pisses
in my
off,
head.
It pisses off all the assholes.
It does. That's all it does.
I'll just put them all in one box. They're
honestly,
all assholes.
you're not a sexist. I'm not a sexist. We're not racist. So
Yeah.
this doesn't bother us.
Yeah. If I want to play as a man, I will pick the man body.
Yeah.
I will pick the male body. I will pick the male voice, and I will customize it as is.
Yeah.
Because, and the thing is that this is a role-playing game based off of a pen and paper role-playing game,
Right.
like D&D.
Yeah.
When you play those types of games, there wasn't always a fancy board. There wasn't always fancy miniatures that you can play as.
Mm-hmm.
You played it with your fucking imagination.
Yeah.
The DM told a story, and you as the players enacted that story through imagination.
Yep.
That's what role-playing games are.
Yeah.
They're using your imagination. You want to play as a man? Use your fucking imagination.
Yeah, I know.
Stop being a whiny bitch and use your fucking imagination. You know what I mean? It's so goddamn annoying. It's like, do you not know how role-playing works? Fucking role-play.
Yeah.
I don't care. I could have the woman's body and the woman's voice and still role-play as I was a man.
But
I was a man who died and his soul had to be put into this woman's body who's a robot. There's my fucking storyline. There's my own storyline that I'm going with.
Yep.
Because I know how to fucking roleplay. Because I'm a goddamn nerd. We're all fucking nerds. Learn how to fucking roleplay.
yeah. And
Jesus Christ, guys
and
ladies.
And stop ruining the role play for everybody. But also,
Yeah. But what if I want to play as a man?
then you can play as
Then
a
fucking
man.
play as the man and shut the fuck up.
But
Get it?
The fact that he was upset that the dev said that they wanted it to be more inclusive.
That's what annoys
That
the hell out of me as well.
part really.
Yeah. Because why are you so pissed off about the word inclusive?
Yeah.
Because I feel like here's the thought that I'm gonna channel the inner asshole
Okay.
and
And I'm gonna channel the inner Zen because I gotta counteract your.
You gotta
asshole.
counter my asshole.
Yeah.
To me, when I hear the word inclusive, that just means that other people are being treated, other people are being taken care of more than I am. And what about my needs? Mm-hmm. That's what it fucking sounds like.
Yep.
What do you mean? Your needs are met with the male body and the male voice, and the female body and the female voice.
Mm-hmm.
You're met. You're fine.
Yeah. You're good.
You're met.
See,
For the people who want to expand on that, because contrary to popular belief, there are people who aren't straight. There are people who are transgendered who play video games.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're also. I don't care how small the percentage is,
That doesn't matter.
The fucking guy kept the 0.5%.
that doesn't matter.
Like,
and
first
it's
off,
not 0.5%.
Yeah, like knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, it's
even
not
if
that.
it was 0.5%.
It doesn't matter.
These people also play. Why is this 0.5% not as important as you are? Because you are less than 0.1%.
Yeah.
You're 0.00001%. But for some reason, you think you're more important than the 0.5% are.
Yeah.
So who's the biggest snowflake? Because to me, there's a blizzard in this region around where your fucking mangina is. Like, knock it the fuck off. Get your head out of your ass. Learn how to fucking role play. And stop looking at the word inclusive as if it's not inclusive. Because that's what, like, they see the word inclusive and they go, oh, I'm not allowed.
Well,
No, stupid. It's inclusive. Everybody's allowed.
When they hear inclusive, a lot of times people who have been in the minority feel like in order for things to be equal, that their side has to drop down to meet the other side to make things fair, and that's
You mean
not
the people
true.
in the majority.
The people in the majority,
Yeah,
they have
you
to
said
drop down to the minority,
Right.
to be equal to them.
Be equal, yeah.
And that's not the case.
Yeah.
Inclusive means that everybody is at an equal level, that nothing's being taken from you.
Right.
This is just like when Brie Larson mentioned that she
Right.
wanted women to be able
Yeah.
to comment on things. As she said, we're not taking chairs away from the table, we're adding them.
We're adding more chairs
We're
to
adding
the table.
more to the conversation.
That's all it fucking means.
And
That's what inclusivity
but
means.
people, especially, no offense to white males out there, but especially white males,
My people.
your people, feel very, very slighted and get very defensive at the word inclusive. And to me, inclusive means that
Everybody gets
finally people who have been on the fringes because of whatever reason, whether they gender identity or straight or gay or whatever the fringe is, whatever that makes them
color, race, religion, whatever it is,
they're finally getting to see themselves in a video game and be able to play as somebody they see every day. To me, that's what video games, especially role-playing video games, are about, is opening up this incredible world where everybody can be something.
Right. I mean, there is a multitude of video games where when you start the game, you are this character. Mm-hmm. There's no choosing. You're either this guy or you're this lady. That's it. Those... Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's it. And if there is ever a character choice, it's between this guy and this lady. That's it. And very rarely, well, not rarely, but more and more with these RPGs, there's the character creation. Mm-hmm. And those character creations allow you, because like I love the God of War series. I don't look like fucking Kratos.
No,
I don't look like that guy.
I don't know anybody who does.
Besides Vin Diesel, I don't look like that fucking dude. You know what I mean? But if there was a game like that where I could make my character, I'd make him a 190, 200 pound fucking nerd with a scraggly beard and glasses, and he'd be running through the fucking wasteland. Because that's me. That's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. I want to run through the wasteland as myself. So why would you be upset, especially in a this massively anticipated role-playing game that people have been wanting to play, and who probably played the pen and paper RPG before this was even a video game, who know all about the lore probably more than you do, you fucking asshole, who are now super excited because, oh my god, I get to play this video game. Yeah. I get to make the character that was in this pen and paper game. I get to make my character in this video game now and play through a whole new world, or I get to play as myself, whether it's a transgender person or not.
This really cracks me up because
it just kills me.
The people that bitch and moan and call people snowflakes are the biggest snowflakes.
They
really are.
100%.
Because
those are the people that bitch and moan the most.
Because I know from personal, my own personal experience that I have addressed something with somebody in my family about something that they put on social media, and I just wanted to ask them why they felt that way, and they fucking freaked out. Yeah. And I thought, okay, but I'm the snowflake. I'm just asking you a question.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, this is a non-issue. This is not going to affect sales. Everybody's still going to buy this.
Oh, I am so happy. I am so excited for this fucking video game.
This is not anything that's going to be a problem. Yeah. And I think people need to really just stop being babies.
Yeah. Anyway. So there's that.
Moving on.
So moving on to a fairly comical story. A story, I feel, straight out of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Because we're about a decade late on this story.
Yeah.
You'd think so. This happened.
This story originally started in 2017 at the same parish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I guess it was updated on September 2nd.
It was, because now it's an issue again. Yeah.
So, CBS News, this story by Caitlin O'Kane, not as fun of a name as
the other one.
But CBS News reported, I don't even know how to say this, A Nashville school banned the Harry Potter series of books, citing risks of conjuring evil spirits.
Okay.
In quotations. This is what they're worried about. So a Catholic school in Nashville, Tennessee, the United States of America,
Yeah.
in 2019, were afraid that witches were going to cast spells. What is this, the Crucible? Jesus Christ. So Nashville, Tennessee has banned the Harry Potter series because a reverend at the school claims the books include both good and evil magic, as well as spells, which, if read by a human, can conjure evil spirits, according to the Tennessean. I can't even say that without
laughing.
Without laughing. It's such. I can only imagine.
It feels
how
like we're in the 1950s.
It really does. Like,
actually, in the 70s. Remember on the 70s show when they said don't play rock music?
oh no, it was the 70s. I think the 80s was also D&D.
Yeah.
Can't play D&D because D&D it's teaching you
Magic.
the cult.
Yeah.
Which is just stupid.
I will say as our resident pagan.
That's right, as our resident heathen.
Yeah, resident heathen. That as lovely as the stories of Harry Potter are, which are primarily based in friendship and sacrifice, in my opinion.
Right, 100%. The magic is a backdrop.
It's kind of like it's very similar to The Walking Dead, the zombies.
Yeah, the zombie and the horror is the backdrop of,
Yep.
of society, and it's the family and
the people that
the
come
people
together.
that come together, and the family and the ties that they create
Exactly.
during this horrible time. That's what
But-
the Harry Potter series is.
But
Except without
as far as any legitimate magic practices that Harry Potter has, there are none.
I wish there were.
I really do too, because I would love to fly, and I would love to play Quidditch. Oh my
Not even
god!
a flying thing. I would like to go see Quidditch.
Yeah, I would like to play it and see it, but
Um,
it'd be the only sport I would play. But even though you have to go up really high,
Yeah, fuck that shit.
yeah. But there's spells, so you don't drop and fall. So I'd be all.
People still dropped and fell in that movie.
But they got magical bone healing things.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I want a magical bone healing. They still have to set.
I know,
That's still
and it was
pa-
kind of
yeah,
was painful.
It's still painful. It doesn't to remove the pain.
Okay, but anyways,
Besides that.
none of it's real, and if any pagan worth their salt will tell you that magic is neither good nor evil, neither dark or light. It is
The user.
neutral, and it is all about what the user uses the magic for. And magic is just another word for energy, in my opinion, as our resident pagan.
Right, because we might get
But
pagans who are like, Heidi's full of shit.
yeah, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But I'm an eclectic pagan, so I can believe whatever the hell I want.
Oh.
Boom, drop the mic. Anyways,
Oh, snap.
I would drop it, but it's plugged in. Anyways, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But really, there's no, and honestly, if any religion took the time to,
Read the books.
they wouldn't even need to read the books as
Just
much
read a
as
summary.
just-
Talk to a child who's read the books.
read the books, but also get familiar with the pagan community
Yeah,
and
but
try
that-
to understand that it's not the same thing at all. At all.
That takes patience and understanding.
True.
Which ironically is something that the Catholic Church teaches,
Yeah, they teach it.
and yet they don't have it.
They teach it.
And we've talked about this before. Really, the only church that I've seen that actually practices that is the Church of Zion.
I know. That's just so crazy.
Which, ironically enough, the devil
The devil.
seems like a more logical individual than God. Just
At least the interpretation of God from other Christians.
yes, of course.
And I had pulled up this story so I could read you some comments, but
God.
it's going wonky on me. So, anyways,
all right.
keep
But
moving.
anyway, so the publication obtained an email from Reverend Dan Rehill, a pastor at St. Edward's Catholic School Parish, which was sent to parents. In the email, Rehill explains in the email that I thought I read that weird, that his name just rhymed with email. Rehill explains in the email that he has consulted, all right, hold on. This put a stop to me, hold on. He has consulted several exorcists in the United States and Rome,
Jesus Christ.
and it was recommended that the school remove the books, the Tennessean reports.
Okay. But I had read a story, which I'm trying to get back to,
Uh-huh.
where and it's from the Tennessean, part of the U.S. Today network, but it's wanting me to subscribe in order to see it again. But
Well, all proceeds go to Jesus.
but and I can't remember her name. I'm trying to get to it, people. But the superintendent of the diocese said that the church does not take a stand on Harry Potter, but that the father is his pastor is well within his rights to ban it from the school. Also, the previous father was very liberal and allowed the book to be in the library, even though I think 14 parents came forward with a letter in 2017 and was very concerned, and the comment was that children can still read it, it's just not going to be offered in the library, and it's up to the children's primary educator to determine if they should be able to read it. So
it's not smut.
I understand, but okay, these same parents that are freaking out about this will probably let their kids play NBA 2K. Okay,
100%.
Because
oh yeah, 100%.
Magic is the devil, but apparently gambling
is an American pastime.
Yeah, it's an American pastime. But
it's an American as apple pie.
But I'm happy that the church doesn't take a stance on this, because
probably because it's not worth their fucking time.
It's really not. It's really not.
We gotta start shuffling pedophiles around. We can't be worried about fucking books.
But a while back, there was book burning that J.K. Rowling.
We talked about this last week.
We talked about this where she said
last episode.
Yeah, where she said burn it. You had to pay for it.
Yeah, I already got my money for it.
You
can burn whatever the hell you want.
But every time a church bans a book, all it does is drive the children to want to read it more.
Well, of course, yeah.
This
it's
has
like
been
anything
the
else.
same. The Slaughterhouse-Five, all these different classic books, To Kill a Mockingbird, all these books that were banned from people reading, they would just find a way to get a copy and read it. This is not going to stop anything. And Harry Potter has become so mainstream that now they can't even turn off this. They can't turn it off.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny to me because like I feel like especially the parents now during this story with this parishioner are I feel like they're probably around my age. And
yeah, probably, yeah.
And if they're anything like me and they've read the books or watched the movies, they're probably like, what's the problem?
I think a lot of parents are probably thinking that there's a lot of people that are Catholic that still believe in very magical things.
That's true. Yeah.
So a lot of people in the Catholic community, ironically, are a lot more accepting of paganism and even magic than a lot of other religions.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But that said, this is still not real magic. This is not real spells. She used Latin. She used Latin terms for a lot of different spells, but it doesn't mean. And then she made stuff up.
Well, of course,
it doesn't mean that it's real.
Right.
I mean,
Leviosa
doesn't mean you can levitate something. That's not a real thing.
It's just the Greek word for something,
and
if anything.
And there's nothing in the Harry Potter books that would ever retrieve a demon from hell or anywhere else.
Yeah, none of the...
the only thing that could remotely be considered that would have been the
Horcruxes?
Not the Horcruxes, because that was a part of Voldemort. But
he who should not be named, Heidi.
I know. No, the
well, you are the eighth Horcrux.
The Goblet of Fire.
That's right.
Because it took them to another place.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the trophy though, because they did that with a lot of things.
But
that was a port key.
A port key. That's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to find that name.
Oh, okay.
Port keys.
Remember, they used the boot.
Yeah, I forgot about that
to get to the actual Quidditch World Cup or whatever the hell. So yeah,
port keys could be considered that, but that's the closest thing, and that's basically a teleport machine. I was going to say, as in Star Trek.
A port key was just it was cheaper than an airplane. It's just taking you from point A to point B.
Exactly.
You're not going through dimensions.
No,
you're not going to hell to pull a demon out.
No, but my point is that would be the closest thing that could be considered that, and it wasn't even that.
Yeah, even that. So this is what so these books present magic as both good and evil, which is not true. From that sentence is the only sentence I agree with.
Yeah. That is correct.
But he continues.
Oh, shit.
But in fact, a clever deception. Reverend Rehill, continue, please. So said of the 7-part Harry Potter book series, The curses and spells used in the books are actual curses and spells, which, when read by a human being, risk conjuring evil spirits into the presence of the person reading the text. It's not the Necromonicon.
Yeah, I know.
They're fucking they're children's books.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're not real curses and spells.
come on,
They're not
man.
even remotely true or real. And again, the pagan community would love for Harry Potter to be real.
I would love for Harry Potter to be real.
Yeah.
I'm not part of that. God, like, gee, I would love a wand and be able to do things.
Hell yeah. So, but no, it's not real at all, people.
Speaks. What was it? Snarple tongue? What the hell was it?
What?
When he just talks to the snakes?
Did you say Snarple Tunnel?
No, I said snarple tongue.
Oh.
It was something tongue.
Oh, Snarple Tunnel.
I don't know.
Oh.
I forget what it was. Shut up, Heidi. Shut up! You're not making fun of me.
Snarple Tunnel.
You know what I meant. It was the language word, the snake language.
Oh.
Like, I'd love to be able to speak to snakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Parcel tongue.
Parcel tongue.
Yeah.
Haha. What did I say? It doesn't matter. It was wrong.
Smarkle
Smarkle
tunnels.
tongue. I said smarkle tongue.
I
said
know.
smarkle tongue.
You said tunnel.
I said tongue,
Oh.
but I said smarkle. So the first word was definitely wrong.
Definitely wrong.
Parcel tongue, yes. I would love to speak parcel tongue. I want a fucking owl that brings me mail.
I know, right?
Because first off, that owl was adorable.
And they had cars that flew.
They had cars that flew. You could go to the Ministry of Magic. What is there not to want in there? In the Harry Potter
And
series?
the candy alone, give me a break.
Oh my God, chocolate frogs,
Pumpkin juice.
pumpkin beer.
No, that's
That's right,
butterbeer.
pumpkin juice. Yeah, pumpkin juice, butterbeer.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I need to go to Harry Potter World in Florida.
Yeah, we need to do that.
We have a very special episode.
I know. Let's go to Harry Potter
Run
land.
around and have Lou the robot pretty much be your dad and just be like, all right.
Oh, they're doing the wand
They're doing
thing
the wand
again.
thing again. All right.
They're
You know
fighting with wands.
what- You know it doesn't really work, right? Shut up, Dad! I swear to God, if I ever went there with Lou, I would yell at him and call him Dad constantly.
I would say, Dad, Tim won't let me play.
Oh, he would get so bad.
would-
That would
he
not
would-
last very long.
No,
He'd
he
just be
would
like,
walk away.
Fucking done with you guys.
He would walk away. Where's the beer?
Is the butterbeer real beer? It fucking better be. Because if I have to deal with these two fucking nerds, I'm not doing this shit if I don't have alcohol in me. Pulls out a little bottle of Jack, pours it in. I'll fucking make
He's
it
got like a
alcoholic.
6-pack of nips in his pocket.
Fucking make this butterbeer alcoholic. Go fuck yourself.
I can just picture us running
Dad, we
around.
want to ride the dragons again.
He's never going to go with us.
No, not after listening to this.
No.
episode. It's like, well, now I'm definitely not going with you guys, and you guys are going by yourselves. 'Cause I am not going to be. I will go with you, but I will be going to another park
Oh, my God.
where I'm not having to deal with that shit.
Oh, God, we
'Cause
would
I
be
swear
a
to-
mess.
God, I would be a child again.
So would I.
I'm just thinking of going to the Star Wars lane with Ollie, just running around like a fucking 5-year-old, like him, just 2 5-year-olds. Somebody having to wrangle us back in, probably Amanda,
Yeah.
calling her mom. Mom, Ollie won't let me. And Ollie be like, Mommy, like legitimately, Mom, Dad,
What's wrong with this guy?
what's wrong with Dad? Anyway, back to the story.
Back to the story.
As ridiculous as it is. So CBS News has reached out to the school district for comment. The Tennessean says Reverend Rehill is out of office until Wednesday. Oh, of course he is. But Rebecca Hamill, I wonder if he's out of office spending more money on fucking stuff from Rome to wasting perfectly good church money on having
Talk to exorcists
on
about this?
exorcists in Rome about a fucking children's book.
Yeah.
Who I imagine were charging him up the ass.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
No
it doesn't
pun
seem like it's free.
Yeah, no pun intended, Catholic Church.
Jeez. Hey, that's your world.
Yeah, not anymore. But anyway, so Rebecca Hamill, which I imagine you were trying, is the
Yep.
superintendent of the schools for the Catholic Diocese of Nashville, confirmed Rehill did indeed send the email. He's like, yeah, he sent the email.
Yep.
That's what he did. Yep. The pastor made the decision after receiving an inquiry from a parent, Hamill told the Tennessean. While the Catholic Church does not have an official position on the magical book and movie series, each pastor has canonical authority to make such decisions for his parish school, Hamill said. he's well within his authority to act in that manner, as ridiculous as it sounds.
Yep.
So the original Harry Potter books written by J.K. Rowling were published between 1997 and 2007. The 8 Harry Potter films were released in 2001 to 2011. The franchise has also spurred an amusement park, which we just talked about, that
Yep.
I would sell my soul to the devil to go to. A Broadway show.
Oh yeah, the Lost Child,
Cursed Child.
the Cursed Child.
And several related works written by Rowling. The film and book series received phenomenal global success and have also sparked international debates over the past 2 decades. The view that Harry Potter is a threat to religion is not a new concern. As columnist Daniel Nexon wrote in New Republic in 2007, which you had said at the top of the story, at the time the final installment of the book series was being published, and the 5th film had just premiered. Nexon explained that the series churned debates in France, Sweden, Turkey, and Russia, and too many religious conservatives. Harry Potter represents yet another assault by the mass media, public institutions, and other manifestations of secular... Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
Other secular cultures against their traditional values. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, because how is it an assault? This is just like Christmas thing, okay?
Oh,
I hate
an assault on Christmas? They're attacking my Christmas, Heidi.
I hate when people get so pissed because here's the thing. If I don't know what religion you are, I'm going to say happy holidays because I don't know what religion. If I know you're Jewish, I will say happy Hanukkah during that time. If I say
Right.
if you're something else, I'll say that. If you're Christian, I'll say Merry Christmas. Even though I'm not Christian, I say happy holidays or happy solstice or Merry solstice to my pagan people.
Your pagan peeps.
But
Your peepees.
and even Lou, who's not religious at all, will tell me
He's a robot.
happy solstice or happy Yule. Okay.
Yeah, because you put that heart chip in him.
Yeah.
During the holidays, his heart grows 3 sizes.
Yep. It hurts him. Hurts his heart. It hurts his body, but
Well, 'cause he's a robot.
Yep.
You can't really stretch that kind of stuff.
No, it's all metal.
It's all metal.
So,
He's got to get a new one put in. It's a whole deal.
It's a whole
It's
ordeal.
a whole
but but it doesn't affect me. It doesn't change the way I believe or my faith and
Right.
my path or anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anything. Again, this is just like when people get offended by saying inclusive.
Yeah.
It's because they're assholes.
Yeah,
If you get offended by inclusive, you're a fucking asshole.
Hey, you're an asshole. Because why
And
are
if
you
you-
so offended by it?
And if you get offended by saying happy holidays, you're a fucking asshole. And I
Yeah.
have family members who are fucking assholes. Just so they know.
Okay, but keep listening to our podcast. Yeah.
I'm just saying because it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anything or anybody just to be fucking nice, just to be kind,
Yeah.
especially during the holidays when we're supposed to be, according to the Christian religion,
Yeah.
being kind to mankind being kind to the world and kind to each other. But you'll see kindness.
Love thy neighbor, man.
Yeah, you'll see kindness if you say, "Oh, Merry Christmas, oh, Merry Christmas." But if you say Happy Holidays,
It's Merry.
it's Merry Christmas. No, it's actually there's 13 fucking holidays during December.
Yes,
okay?
holidays, Holmes.
There's 13 religions that have holidays during December, so it's not
Yeah. Happy
it's
holidays.
not just one thing.
It's not about you.
No, it's
I don't
about
know what you are. I don't know you. Happy holidays.
yeah.
Sorry.
That's it. I'm covering it all.
Yeah, I'm covering all of it. It's a
I
safe,
just
it's
want
a
you to
safe
have
bet.
a great season.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Hey, Merry December. How's
Yeah.
that fucking
Yeah,
feel?
Merry
how,
December.
how does that fucking feel?
Yeah, it's gonna come
Yeah.
down to that. So this whole
Hey, have a good winter. How's that?
Yeah.
You prick.
but this whole
Yeah. Oh, it's not a
assault
yeah.
on Christianity and on family values. What it?
What family values?
But
does,
and it's
if-
also like gay marriage. How does it affect regular like straight marriage? It doesn't at all.
50% of all marriages end in divorce.
Yeah, and
That
those are
was-
straight.
And that was before the gays came along.
Yeah, I know it.
If they want to be miserable like the rest of us, let them. I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, but it doesn't. I don't. There's no evidence. There's no tangible evidence that shows that any of this is legitimate. There's that gay marriage affects everybody else. Gay people have been getting married. Doesn't affect my marriage at all.
Yeah.
I don't care anyways. I think everybody should be able to get married if they want to. If you're in love with somebody and they're of age,
Two consenting
two
adults.
consenting adults,
Let's say
whatever
that.
gender,
Two
I
consenting
don't care.
humans.
Yeah, humans, and you love each other and you want to make that commitment, then fucking ain't right, make that commitment. Do
Yeah,
it
man.
however you want, you know.
Good on you.
Yeah, but there's no tangible, there's no data, there's nothing that people can show that any of this affects anything.
Again, it's the same people that will say your opinion isn't fact whenever you argue anything
Yeah.
towards them.
Yeah.
Your opinion isn't fact. You're arguing emotion, and it's not fact. Sorry. And here's a fact. If you were to actually read the fucking books, it actually does a really good job of having really good family values.
Yeah.
And friendship values.
Yeah.
And valuing life and valuing teachers.
Yes.
People who are isn't that what you want?
Yeah. That is the thing too, that they value teachers. And if you look at, nobody is less than.
Right.
Because
But there are characters that will treat other people like less than, but they're also treated like assholes.
yeah, exactly.
For that reason.
But just like Hagrid, who's the groundskeeper, he's a big part of the story.
Right.
Everybody has
even
this...
the most minor of characters has
like-
an important
like
role. Shut your mouth.
Dobby.
Dobby.
The house elf.
Friend.
Oh, but... Oh, God. Oh, that just hurt my heart.
Dobby.
Come here, Dobby. But there is no quantified data that can show that anything affects any of this affects anything. So I don't understand why people keep touting this. And it's going to, and the more they do it, the less their voices get louder, because more people are going to steer away from that.
Yeah.
For instance, this whole situation, it's a story, but it's not that big of a story. Even the church doesn't make a comment about it.
The church could care less.
Yeah, and you went to exorcists, okay?
Yeah. What do exorcists know?
Yeah, and the fact that he says that this is real magic.
But he said it's a clever fact. It's a clever deception, and that the curses spells used are actual curses and spells. That if a human were to say them,
they did say them in the movie.
Yeah, he said if you go to the theme park, people are saying it constantly.
Yeah. Nothing happens there.
Yeah, you know what happens there? Joy. Joy happens there. You know
Happiness.
what opens up? A portal of joy.
A portal of joy.
Demons of happiness shoot out of you. and encompass everyone else.
And then they
annoy people like Lou.
Annoy people like Lou.
Fucking guys.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous.
It's a ridiculous story. And really it's the reverend and because apparently
a parent,
which is like, shut up, Sharon.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know her name's fucking Sharon.
Yep.
Or Kathy. Shut up, Kathy. Fucking Kathy or Sharon.
Susan.
Susan's another one. Yep. You know what? Karens, Sharons, and Susans, just fucking knock it off. Yeah. Okay? Just knock it off. Because
stop.
We know what you people are doing.
Causing trouble.
Causing trouble.
Culture.
Oh, actually, here's tying to this. Here's some really good news.
Okay.
Rumor has it that that play, The Cursed Child.
Yeah.
They're making a movie.
Are they really?
The rumor is that J.K. Rowling is Rowling.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Is making. I think she's writing up the movie. Rumor has it.
Oh.
So. Sorry, Reverend douchebag. You got another problem stewing soon.
Because if it's gonna be a movie, it's gonna be a book.
Yeah. Well, it already is. You can. Well,
Can you get the book?
The book is written like the play.
Okay.
Where it's like, the person saying it, their dialogue. It's written like a script, I should say.
Okay.
Which is like, okay, I almost bought it and then I flipped through. I was like, oh, I don't want to buy a script.
No.
But hopefully they do. Hopefully it is written like an actual book.
I think she'll write it like a book.
I think so. I hope so. Because I really want to read that story because that's another part of the story.
Yeah.
And,
but before we go on to the next story, I just want to mention this is episode 20.
Episode 20.
Dun, 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 dun. Episode 20.
I don't know.
So
It's just a number, guys.
that's a great number.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Yeah, man, 20. It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, because we've been doing the podcast, what is it, September? We've been doing it since December.
Yeah, of last year.
So a few more months, we're going to be done this a year.
My God.
I know. it kind of went by fast, and
Yeah, once we started kind of rolling along,
yeah.
I think it's been a fun ride.
Yep.
But anyway, after that awesome news
Yep.
of the cursed child and that this is episode 20. It is it's that time again.
It's that time.
Ass hat of the week. We gotta add the echo.
Yep.
We don't have technology for that yet.
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, we'll get it soon.
We'll get it.
Yeah, we'll get hopefully. I don't know. But anyway, so ass out of the week. Odessa, Texas mayor blames problem of the heart and video games for most recent mass shooting. We're gonna get political, guys. Gonna get a little political.
Let me guess, he's a Republican.
Probably. I mean, he is the mayor of Texas.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not gonna nominate some pussy Democrat in there. I'm assuming anyway. So this story comes from Raw Story, written by Sarah K. Burris. So the story goes on to say, so the Texas legislature had numerous bills that could have passed this session that would have dealt with disturbed potential mass shooters. But they decided not to act on those. The legislature doesn't return back until May 31st, 2021. Regardless, the mayor of Odessa, Texas, is saying that red flag laws or any other gun regulations wouldn't have stopped the gunman from killing 7 people and injuring 22 others, one of which was like a 3-month-old infant. So anyway, Mayor David Turner recalled a 2015 incident when a woman ran her car into a crowd of students at the Oklahoma State University homecoming festivities. A crowd gathered to celebrate when a mentally ill woman ran her car into them, killing 4 people and injuring 44 others. Lawyers for the woman explained she was under severe psychosis at the time. In Odessa, the gunman was shooting randomly with an AR-15 assault weapon, beginning with state troopers. There's no real motive that's come out, Truner said. This was not a planned shooting. This was something that I believe this individual may have some issues, but it's still fairly early. They are talking to family members and things like that to find out exactly what may have caused this. So MSNBC host Candace Gibson, asked Turner what he's going to help comfort his city, and Turner said prayer is what's going to help his city. Prayer. Mm-hmm. Get those Harry Potter books out, guys. Start casting some spells.
Because that's helped so far, right?
Thoughts and prayers?
Because all the people have been doing in all these mass shootings is fucking praying for everybody. And has that helped at all?
Hey, don't forget
Not a little bit.
Don't forget those thoughts.
Yeah, the thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Fucking serious.
So what do you say to the people that say they need more than prayer to prevent something like this from happening? Gibson asked. There's always going to be evil people. Evil people find ways to hurt people. That I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that statement.
Yep.
100%. There will always be disturbingly evil people, and they will always find a way to do something. Always. He said, citing the Stillwater incident. Whether it's an airplane in New York, when I was in Stillwater, Oklahoma, a lady plowed into a crowd of people at a parade. You sit here and you wonder why. You don't understand why. I think that's when you have to lean on your faith or science. Probably would be the better thing to lean on, considering faith has nothing to do with it.
No.
But the science of the brain does.
Yep.
That would do something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you do realize there was a shooting and the mass shooting in El Paso not too far away, just about a month ago, Gibson explained. Again, with an assault rifle. This is an assault rifle. Isn't there something common in all of this? Yeah, I think it's a problem. Pretty much gave him the answer with that question.
Yeah. But I thought these firearms were not. I thought assault weapons is a term that people call these, but they're not. It's not an actual term for these. Firearms.
They're not.
Assault weapon is not. What do you call that? Why can't I bring my words when we do the podcast? They just leave them upstairs. I don't understand it.
Probably
A nickname. It's almost like a nickname for these firearms.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Assault weapon, because there's not a real. There's nothing that's in the when you go to buy it. I would like the blah 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 assault weapon. It's not.
Yeah,
And then
the term assault weapon is such a broad term
Yeah.
that really, I think I remember reading somewhere a while back when this whole assault weapon thing first started was an assault weapon is a rifle where there's an extendable stock and a rail in the front where you can have things attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what makes a rifle an assault rifle. That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Like that is dumb.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't make any sense.
I think
that is
I
the
think
stupidest.
politicians and lawmakers using that term incorrectly is not that I'm supporting the NRA or anything like that, but I do believe people that have a right to bear arms if they can pass a background check and they have the mental
The legal right to
Yep.
if they have a legal right to bear arms.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think people should be able to. I don't know. I don't think they need bazookas or tanks or anything like that. But that's just me.
It would be fun to have a tank though, just to do donuts in the parking lot.
It would be really slow donuts.
But they would be fun donuts.
Wow. Anyway, so
Whatever, Heidi.
I think that throwing that term around is really, it seems uneducated by the lawmakers.
It does. I agree with that. But he said, so the question was from the reporter again with this happened with an assault rifle. This is an assault rifle. Isn't there something common in all of this? Yeah, this is what he said. Yeah, I think it's a problem of the heart, to be honest with you. Turner explained, we have so many violent video games. I'm sorry, what? Violent video games? A problem with the heart? Which one is it? Is it both? Is it a combination of the two? What the fuck are you talking about? I hate that fucking excuse. I absolutely hate that excuse. It's the same thing when when they blamed Marilyn Manson and his music for kids acting violent in school. I think they blamed Marilyn Manson was blamed for the that first shooting in that school.
Columbine?
Yeah, he was talked about because they listened to his music.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, and it was like he was like, my music, it's just music. If my music spoke to those kids, it's not my fault how they interpreted what I said.
Well,
if that's even the reason they did anything.
And to be fair, if you are in an unstable mental state,
oh yeah, anything.
You can turn Christmas music into something telling you to go kill people. That's not even a. I don't understand the idea of music, video games being centrally blamed for the
movies, books.
Things can heighten people, and I think in the world where we live today, we don't need to add fire by deliberately making things that are divisive and dangerous. We don't need to deliberately do that because we kind of live in a powder keg as it is right now. But if we're making video games, movies, and things like that have an entertainment, that have a message and entertainment value, that it just happens to maybe have a violent content to it, but it's intricate to the story. Scarface is incredibly violent, but all the violence is intricate to the story.
Right.
And it's not gratuitous. I thought it was crazy, but I don't like violent stuff. Yeah. So the point is that we don't need to make things that deliberately escalate the heightened state we're in right now. Mm-hmm. But we can't blame these inanimate things solely because, in my opinion, the main issue is mental health.
Yeah.
And it always has been. I've always said that. I'm always going to say that. Mental health, because we live in a country where there are so many issues with mental health where, men can't be sensitive. Don't be a girl. Don't cry like a little girl. Yeah. Or, we make people who are on the fringes of things feel like the only thing they can do is lash out because they're almost like a caged animal, They don't belong and they'll never belong. Yeah. So we have these mental health issues where people either are depressed or they're either maybe schizophrenic or they feel alone and they have anxiety and all these other things. Why are we not addressing that? We have a lot of mental health experts that are saying that mental health is the number one issue for these shootings. Yeah. And why are we not addressing that? We need to enforce the gun laws we have, and we need a tweaking on some of the gun laws we have.
Right.
Because we've talked about, gun shows and buying from a private person.
Yeah.
We need to tweak those to make things to where it's rigid across the board. I have to take a class and I have to re-up my license every year for a driver's license for a vehicle. So why wouldn't that same thing be done for...
Right. I have to register my car.
Yeah.
So if it gets stolen, they know whose car it belongs to.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you want to do that for your gun?
Exactly. So
the fact that when I hear people talking about registering their guns and people getting defensive about it, what are you hiding?
The problem is too is when people are gun people and when they're not gun people.
Yeah.
It's just like Republicans and Democrats, and it's just like gamers and non-gamers.
Yeah.
We've forgotten how to build bridges to be able to communicate with each other.
Yeah, there's no understanding on each thing.
But at the end of the day, this guy blaming, first of all, video games is a scapegoat for people, and I guarantee you he's an NRA member. Yeah. He's in bed with the NRA. He's
most likely.
Nobody's going to blame, especially in Texas, is going to blame guns.
Right.
And they're going to blame the easiest oh, Jesus Christ.
It's like a seal trying to climb it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Just saw that. That
made my stomach hurt a little bit.
Show you this.
No. So I think that's an easy kill. That's not even like a really legitimate argument. First of all, video games have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And they've all had, relative to the time, of an escalated amount of violence for that time.
Right, yeah.
Just like we say things don't keep. So if you go back and play video games that were pretty violent at the time.
Oh, yeah. It's super tame compared to now.
We've seen so much. Yeah, I don't know what happened
the
there.
Shit out of that Dragon
Yeah.
Dragon.
We've seen so much over the last few decades that has kind of numbed us.
Right.
Very similar to the we were talking about with the casino thing.
Yes. Yeah, the gambling. Yeah.
And so now
gambling.
it's not really a thing when we look at those, but it's relative to the time. Right. It's a mental health issue. It's not a video game issue.
Yeah.
I
have my own beliefs. Heidi has her own beliefs, but I try to see things from other people's sides. Mm-hmm. Heidi likes Superman. I don't like him, but I accept her as my friend anyway, even though she's wrong. And she liked the Last Airbender movie. I fucking hate it.
Oh my!
But you know what? I give her shit for it. But I still accept that she likes it.
Yep.
And she accepts that I don't like it.
Yep.
She doesn't really accept it.
I accept that you don't like it. I just don't get it.
You don't get why I don't like it. I don't get why you like it.
But I accept it.
But yeah, I also accept it.
I
accept your flaws.
I think
in every way.
Wow.
What a backhanded compliment.
I know, right?
I love it when people say that. I accept all of your flaws. Well, fuck you then. How's that?
This is like when you said earlier, from an outsider.
Yeah, it's good to get an outsider's point of view. Go ahead, woman who doesn't play video games. Talk about this awesome video game, this RPG game that women obviously don't play.
Oh my God. Anyways.
But yeah.
I think I wish people were just take a breath and just think about what you're hearing and verify it, and then just be kind to people. I don't understand why we can't just be nice to each other.
Yeah, it costs nothing to be nice to somebody.
It really and it builds. It's something that builds.
That's true.
That the more you pass it on.
It actually costs more to be an asshole.
It really does.
Because you're breaking down, you're destroying bridges, and you're losing people.
And it also makes you feel bad. It might make you feel good for a second.
I was going to say, sometimes that makes people feel good. But then, at the moment it does.
Because
but after a while, I mean, look at Scrooge.
I know.
Just they should just go ahead and they should hurry up and die and decrease the surplus population.
He turned around.
And then at the end of it, he bought his ass a fucking turkey the size of Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim also died.
Well, not really.
Yes, he still dies.
In one version of
a
possible
very
future.
Sick in a Victorian era movie. In a Victorian era story.
Now Scrooge is taking care of the family, so he has money.
He can't cure. whatever debilitating disease Tiny Tim had.
You just made a Christmas Carol.
Tiny Tim he made the rest of his life better because now he doesn't have to suffer and live in poverty.
You know what? You
now
just
he
ruined
makes...
my childhood. This is...
Do not use that phrase on me.
This is exactly
this
like...
is childhood ruining possibilities.
Just like when you said about Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, how Winnie the Pooh, every single animal in Winnie the Pooh is a psychosis of Christopher Robin.
You son of a bitch. you son of a bitch. You ruined the Pooh for me.
The Pooh?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Well, you gotta eat more fiber. Anyway.
And now we're wrapping it up.
There's your poop joke for the evening, fellas and ladies. I know some of you ladies enjoy poop jokes.
Oh, God, not
Not
me.
gonna yuck anybody's yum on that one.
No. But anyways, to find out more information about our podcast, you can go to our website at www.geek-lish. We're also on Facebook at geek-lish and at Twitter at geek_lish. And you can find our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Blueberry, and YouTube. And soon, Pandora.
Pandora. I don't know. Fecal play, I think it's called. Fecal play. Yeah. The poop stuff. Fecal play. I think there's a whole fetish around fecal play. People like to be pooped on sometimes.
What? That's a thing?
Oh, 100%.
Are you serious?
Everything is a thing. Just think of that. There's literally something called Rule 32. Do not ever look it up.
I don't.
Please God, because you're so pure, Heidi.
I'm so pure.
You're so pure. Don't look it up, please.
I won't.
Rule 32 is, I'm just going to tell you what it is. Rule 32 is anything is porn. Anything that you can think of is porn. There's a Rule 32 for anything. And I bet even for Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
the Pooh.
Piglet's getting it right up the poop chute.
Oh, God.
He's probably being used up the poop chute.
What?
Okay. He's small enough to be used as a butt plug.
Oh.
Where's my tail? Oh, there it is.
Oh, jeez.
Ha-ha. Minnie poops on my chest sometimes.
we have to end this now.
We're going to get sued by Disney.
I'm disturbed on so many levels.
I'm just saying, fecal play. I think that's a thing. Also, Rule 32 is a thing that, I mean, for fucking anything. And it's just like, if you want your childhood ruined, Rule 32 it.
No, I'm
and
not. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I have a pretty perverted mind, but I am not going there.
Yeah. Oh, also in, here's another thing that might ruin your childhood. Well, maybe not your childhood, maybe your teenage years. What was that movie? The kid gets out of school, he pretends he's sick.
Ferris Bueller's
Day Off. Yeah, that entire movie was in Cameron's head because he was sick. That entire movie is in Cameron's head because of all the unrealistic things that happens. Ferris Bueller doesn't even exist, and he is a figment of Cameron's imagination because he is who Cameron wants to be.
This is why I can't sleep at night because Tim does this to me.
Watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off with that in your head and tell me it doesn't make fucking sense.
Oh, man.
Because it makes... And that's why at the end of the movie, he takes responsibility for the car being destroyed. His father's car being destroyed. Because he tells the father that he did it. Because there was no Ferris Bueller, and he was the one who actually did it. Well, I mean, he did do it. But you know what I mean. So there's that. Good night, everybody. Stay nerdy out there.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.